Hello, young adventurers. Are you ready for an exciting journey through time and history? Today, we journey to a time long ago, to a land filled with mystery and wonder. We will travel to a land far away, where ancient stories come to life. Our story comes from the holy book of Islam, the Quran, which holds many tales of wisdom and lessons. This particular story is found in a chapter called Surah al-Fil, the Surah of the Elephant. It's a tale of power, pride, and a lesson in humility. Once upon a time, there was a proud and mighty king named Abraha. He was known for his ambition and his desire to be the greatest. He ruled over a land called Yemen, a place of great beauty and wealth. King Abraha built a magnificent cathedral, hoping people would come from all over to admire it. He wanted it to be the center of worship and admiration. However, despite his grand efforts, people still traveled to a special house of worship in Mecca called the Kaaba. This made King Abraha very jealous and angry, as he wanted all the attention for his cathedral. King Abraha grew jealous. He wanted everyone to visit his cathedral, not the Kaaba. Blinded by rage, he decided to destroy the Kaaba. Abraha gathered a massive army, unlike anything the world had ever seen. At the front, he placed a giant elephant named Mahmud, a terrifying sight. Abraha's army marched across the desert, kicking up sand with every step. They were headed straight for Mecca, their hearts filled with ill intentions. The news of their approach spread like wildfire, striking fear into the hearts of the people. The people of Mecca were terrified. Abraha's army was vast and powerful, and their own defenses seemed small in comparison. What could they do against such a force? They sought refuge in prayer, turning their faces to the heavens and placing their trust in Allah, the most merciful. They prayed for protection, for their city, for their beloved Kaaba. They knew that Allah was their only hope in the face of such overwhelming odds. Their hearts trembled, but their faith remained strong. As Abraha's army neared Mecca, something incredible happened. The sky above them darkened, not with storm clouds, but with a massive swarm of birds. These were no ordinary birds. They were small and swift, each carrying 3 tiny stones, one in each claw and one in its beak. The air buzzed with the beating of thousands upon thousands of wings. The sight was both mesmerizing and terrifying. It was a sight that made even Abraha's mighty elephant Mahmud tremble with fear. What were these birds, and what did their arrival mean? The birds, on Allah's command, began to unleash their tiny stones upon Abraha's army. These stones, though seemingly insignificant, carried the weight of divine retribution. Each stone, though small, struck with incredible force, like pebbles shot from a slingshot. The impact was devastating, far beyond what anyone could have anticipated. The soldiers were caught completely off guard. Their armor offered no protection against this rain of pebbles from the sky. They looked up in horror as the stones rained down relentlessly. Panic spread through the ranks as the stones found their marks. The once organized and disciplined soldiers were now in complete disarray, unable to defend themselves. The once mighty army was quickly thrown into disarray. Their formation broke, and chaos reigned as they struggled to comprehend the sudden turn of events. Horses whinnied, men screamed, and Mahmud, the giant elephant, trumpeted in fear. The sounds of terror filled the air, adding to the confusion and dread. The army, so confident just moments before, was now desperate to escape the wrath of the tiny stones. Their confidence shattered. They fled in all directions, seeking any means of escape from the relentless assault. The army, utterly defeated, retreated in chaos, their spirits crushed and their hopes shattered, leaving behind their dreams of destruction. The people of Mecca watched in amazement, their eyes wide with disbelief and wonder, as the birds, having done their duty, vanished as quickly as they had come. These birds, sent by Allah, had protected the sacred Kaaba. The Kaaba, the house of Allah, stood untouched, a testament to Allah's protection and the power of faith. This incredible event, a miracle witnessed by all my young friends, teaches us that Allah is always with those who believe in Him. No matter how big the problem, no matter how insurmountable the challenge, no matter how scared we may feel, we must remember to have faith. For Allah, the most powerful, the most merciful, can protect us in ways we cannot even imagine, just like He protected the Kaaba from Abraham's army. This story is a reminder that faith is our strongest shield, and with it, we can face any adversity. Pause 2s. Now that we have learned about the miraculous event of the birds and the tiny stones, let's take a moment to reflect and think about what we have learned. Pause 2s. How well do you remember the story? Pause 2s. Let's start with a few questions. What was the name of the king who wanted to destroy the Kaaba? Pause 1s. Yes, it was King Abraham. Pause 2s. And what did the people of Mecca do when they were worried? Pause 1s. That's right, they prayed and put their trust in Allah. Pause 2s. Who sent the birds to protect the Kaaba? Pause 1s. Exactly, it was Allah who sent the birds. Pause 2s. Now, let's think about this story in our own lives. Pause 2s. Have you ever felt scared or worried about something? Pause 2s. Maybe it was a big test at school or a time when you felt alone. The pause 2s. Just like the people of Mecca, we can trust in Allah's protection and guidance. Pause 2s. Remember, no matter how big the problem, Allah is always there to help us through it. Pause 2s. Take a moment to reflect on a time when you felt scared or worried. Pause 2s. How did you find comfort and strength? Pause 2s. How can you remind yourself to trust in Allah's protection in the future? Pause 2s. This reflection helps us to strengthen our faith and trust in Allah, just like the people of Mecca did. Pause 2s. Thank you for participating in this interactive segment. Pause 2s. Now, let's continue with our story. Pause 2s. As the people of Mecca continued to marvel at the miraculous event, a sense of peace and security enveloped the city. The story of the birds and the tiny stones spread far and wide, reaching the ears of many across the lands. It became a tale of hope and assurance, a testament to the unwavering protection provided by Allah. Pause 2s. In the following days, the people of Mecca gathered around the Kaaba, their hearts filled with gratitude and renewed faith. They shared stories, recited prayers, and reflected on the divine intervention they had witnessed. The elders spoke of the importance of trust and reliance on Allah, especially in times of great peril. Pause 2s. Children listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder, as they learned about the power of faith and the promise of protection. They understood that no matter the challenges they might face in the future, they could always count on Allah's guidance and support. Pause 2s. This story, dear children, is not just a tale from the past. It is a reminder for all of us to hold steadfast in our faith and trust in Allah's wisdom and mercy. Just as He protected the Kaaba, He will protect us and guide us through our own trials and tribulations. Pause Kaso. I hope you enjoyed the story of Surah Al-Fil, dear children. Remember, Allah is always there to help and protect us. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.